Baby girl, this ain't it. It ain't it. Child, y'all been trying to cancel B.Simone for the past, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. It seems like every time I get on the internet, I cannot get away from somebody trying to cancel B.Simone. And I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, y'all are doing a lot. Like, y'all are doing the most. But now, I don't know. Let me run down her cancellation sheet. Okay, so first, she was trying to get canceled because of her protest comment. She can't protest because she's a Christian. So we'll get into that in a second. Then, people want to cancel her for saying that she don't want a man with a 9 to 5 and he cannot be clocking in and out. Y'all wasn't feeling that too much. And now, the nail in the coffin is this whole deal going on with this book and the fact that she just copied and pasted somebody else's work and just slapped her name on it and called it a day. Okay, so we're gonna get into all those topics today, but first don't forget to like, comment. What? I didn't even welcome y'all. But first, welcome. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, guys. I'm so appreciative of all the new viewers that I've gotten. Also, bang the notification bell so you will never miss another video with me. Follow me on my social medias. Okay, it's a good time. Go there, have some fun, browse. Alright, so let's get into this whole B.Simone drama. Before we get started with the stuff that's going on now, I want to give you guys a little bit of a backstory just so I can catch you up in case you've been living under a rock. So B.Simone is a 30-year-old Instagram personality, I guess you can say. She's most notably known for her baby girl and also running behind the baby, okay? Trying to look for a boyfriend, right? So that's what B.Simone is known for, running around looking for a boyfriend and, you know, being funny on the internet. Now, personally, I'm not a B.Simone fan. I have nothing against B.Simone. I mean, she's a fine person. I love seeing black women being entrepreneurs and winning. But I'm not, to me, she's like funny-ish. You know what I'm saying? I really don't like the whole always begging for a man shtick. That's not my thing, but you know, it's a market for everything. And clearly, y'all like it because she's who she is today. And I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing, girl. So anyway, a couple weeks ago or a week ago, she was in the headlines because of her comments she made about protesting or the lack thereof because she's a Christian. Like, you can't be a Christian and fight for social justice. I don't know. So anyway, her tweets read, "I'm not living to please man. I'm here to please God. At the end of the day, I am a Christian. I'm God-fearing and I have to answer to him. I'm going to ask myself, what would Jesus do? Not what would an angry black woman do. I am angry, but I'm also trying to be godly. Doing your part is more than social media. Doing your part is loving your neighbors, praying for your enemies, calling your black friends and checking on them, signing petitions, donating, meditating, looking in the mirror and becoming better. Before I try to lead, let me examine myself." Okay, so she wrote that in response to her fans asking why she hasn't spoken out on, you know, this whole Black Lives Matter movement or just the whole George Floyd movement, saying that she's extremely vocal about a lot of other things, all other things. And her response is, you know, she wants to make sure that everything that comes out of her mouth is godly. All right, so my whole thing is with this off top, I don't like the angry black woman comment. I know that I'm gonna assume that she didn't mean this in a malicious way, but any rhetoric that is going to push an anti-black agenda, I'm not here for. And I believe that angry black woman trope, I'm not really here for that. I didn't like that. It kind of made her, to me, it kind of seemed like she was trying to distance herself from the other black women that are out there on the front lines doing their thing or whatever. And I just didn't really like that. I do believe that everyone has their place. Some people should be on the front line. Some people should be fighting with their dollars. Some people should use their social media platform. You gotta just kind of get in where you fit in. Of course, what the rest of you guys were kind of tripping on was the whole, a Christian, girl, you talking about you want everything out of your mouth to resemble Christ and be Christ-like, and you're here to please Christ, not a man, but you've literally built your whole Instagram following on looking for a boyfriend and what do I have to do to find me a husband and this and that. And so it kind of does seem like you are trying to please a man, to me at least, and that's why it was so off-putting to me. Not your tweet, but you in general, like your whole presence was kind of a little off-putting because you always looking for the validation, to me, looking for the validation or the acceptance of like a man, and that was weird to me. Somebody even was like, girl, you talking about all kind of craziness on the internet and now you're talking about your Christianity draws the line at protesting. Girl, bye. So y'all was dragging her all over Twitter. My only thing with that, I didn't think that she needed to be canceled for that. My only thing was just like, girl, don't be picking and choosing when you want to be a Christian. And let's not act like Christianity and social justice are not mutually exclusive. Like, you literally can be both at the same time, or like can do both at the same time. It's just how you go about doing your stuff, I think. So anyway, y'all tried to cancel her for that. Her response to that was, I will never be canceled. You know what I'm saying? She basically said, I don't need Twitter's validation. I won't ever be canceling because I'm doing my thing, and so y'all got to deal with it. And that was that. Cool. So then the next time she was in the news, which was literally just like a few days after that, was the whole deal about the 9-to-5 job situation. Now, I know at this point you guys have heard about her comments about wanting a man, or not wanting a man that got a 9-to-5.
He can't have a 9-to-5.
What? Why not? You don't want to have an honest job?
I mean, he could be a hustling entrepreneur.
So you want him to be you want CEO status?
Yes.
Okay, he can't
so
like he can't clock in and clock out.
No.
Damn,
I think
B.Simone.
entrepreneurs should date entrepreneurs.
Okay, but still, there's people who have really good jobs with vocational skills. If he's a mechanic,
I'm sure, but no, you're not gonna understand my lifestyle. You're not gonna understand why I'm up at 3 a.m.
Damn, you're making this hard for me. Okay, all right.
You know, he has to be an entrepreneur,
a business owner. He getting one of them stimulus packages from Donald Trump, one of them small business loans, and he ain't buying jewelry with it.
or moving into that direction.
Yeah.
My whole thing with this is like, okay, first I have to point this out. Guys, she never said anything about money. The whole thing she was talking about, in my opinion, was mindset. Okay, like, we all are very much aware that entrepreneurs don't all have money. Like you can very well be an entrepreneur and not have money, or be making less money than somebody with a 9-to-5. So I think people took it as she said that she don't want to date the poor, or people that are not business owners are beneath her, you know, financially. And I really didn't get that from her. I really got her saying that I want somebody that is going to have or share the same mindset that I have. So there's pros and cons to dating an Okay, so there's pros and cons to dating somebody with a 9-to-5 and that's an entrepreneur. Obviously, if you date someone with a 9-to-5, they have stability. You know, they pretty much are gonna, for the most part, kind of know how much they're gonna make. So that gives you more financial stability, I guess you can say. And if you want to like settle down and have a family or whatever, the hours are a little bit more stable. Sure, like, that's fine. Also, there's plenty of 9-to-5 jobs that make really great money. You know, lawyers, doctors, things like that. Which also, I kind of did not like that Nick Cannon, when she said, I don't want my man to have a 9-to-5. He jumped to, oh, so a mechanic is not good enough? Why is mechanic the only 9-to-5 job you thought of? Because I was thinking when she said that, I was like, girl, you don't want a lawyer or a doctor? But why did Nick Cannon only think about a mechanic? Hold that thought. Keep that tidbit in the back of your minds, because I'm going to touch back on that one, because I have my own theories as to why he chose mechanic and not lawyer, anesthesiologist. Anyway, so if you want an entrepreneur, you may want to travel. You may want the freedom for your man to just be able to get up and go. I'm not saying that all entrepreneurs can do that, but if you're not clocking in and out for somebody else's job, you maybe have a little bit more freedom. Another thing is, I think the only place she messed up with that whole 9-to-5 deal is assuming that people with 9-to-5s don't have the same ambition as entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not true. Matter of fact, a lot of people with 9-to-5s are also entrepreneurs. I think her only issue there was the fact that she generalized. Like, you know, I want my man to understand I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm doing business. There are some people with 9-to-5 jobs that get that as well and will understand that as well. But at the end of the day, why y'all tripping? You can argue it's a preference, you can argue it's a prejudice, however you want to argue it, whatever. That's what she like. Everybody have their own criteria. Some people want somebody with a car, some people want somebody, who cares? We all got our own criteria, and I think that y'all was really reaching. Also, the bigger picture with this is, and I'm just gonna have to say it, I'm gonna be the one to say it, why is it a problem when black women have standards? Like, why is that a problem? Nobody batted an eyelash when Kim Kardashian went on whatever talk show she went on and said that she only dates athletes. This is back when she was dating Reggie Bush, right? Nobody batted an eyelash. We didn't care. So why, when a black woman has a preference or have standards, it's a problem? Like, she asking for too much or she doing too much, and it's like, why can't we just have standards? Y'all was reaching. Oh, and it brings me to Nick Cannon. Why would she say he can't have a 9 to 5, you jump to mechanic? I believe that that's because you wanted to create the narrative that she was trying to shit on non-millionaires. Because she didn't say that. You said that. Why mechanic? Like, okay. I wanted to just step in and say that there's nothing wrong with being a mechanic. I think that Nick Cannon specifically chose mechanic because they're perceived to not make a lot of money. But obviously there's nothing wrong with being a mechanic. That was weird to me, but moving on. Okay, so somehow BSimone kind of scathed. I'm not gonna say scot-free. She had a few bumps and bruises, but she kind of got through that whole scandal too with the 9 to 5. Okay, so I'm like, bet BSimone, she might be onto something. She said that she can never be canceled, and maybe she is onto something. I mean, she did just make $1 million off this book. That brings us to the book. Okay, guys. This book, first of all, people have been talking about this book since it came out. I watched some reviews on YouTube, and honestly, guys, there were not any good reviews. Like, most people were complaining about the quality of the book, saying it kind of looks like, you know, a magazine, just kind of somebody went to FedEx and just, you know, made some copies. I didn't want to jump on that bandwagon. I didn't buy the book. Let me first say that. But I didn't want to jump on that bandwagon because I'm like, gosh, like, why are y'all like bringing down this black entrepreneur, like trying to do her thing? Like, okay, it's her first book. I don't mind the fact that the book is small. Like, whatever, girl, it's her first book. Like, she's trying to make the book look nice on the outside. But then I did kind of like start looking at the reviews. I'm like, damn, she could have at least put it on some glossy paper, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, but girl, it's her first book. Like, do your thing, you live and you learn. I wasn't tripping on that. Then some more things started coming out, and then she started flipping through the pages, girl, and I started seeing stuff like collages, and I'm like, y'all, I could have made that. Like, literally, she got just like random like motivational word collages, like full pages of this, pages of movies to motivate you with likes of Drumline and The Help. And Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf of Wall Street, he was a whole fraud. He was a whole scammer. Love that movie though. Leo should have won an Oscar off of that. Anyway, it's been like collages or whatever, and I'm like, oh girl, this is a scrapbook. This is a scrapbook. But I still was not tripping. I thought it was really cool that she had her actual diary entries where she manifested her life. I'm big on manifestation, guys. Like, big. I have a video on my channel about manifestation and making a vision board that actually works for you. I am huge on that. So, you know, I thought that was really cool that she had her actual diary entries, and she had each year from like 2014 to like where she is right now, when she was living in her car and just trying to make it, and now she's a household name, you know? So good for her. But the quality was off, y'all. So when all that was going on, I was not about to jump on the bandwagon of the hate and BSimone. I was like, you know what, girl, do you? You know, you got some workbooks in there or some work pages in there. Do you? But then, girl, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon because, guys, now it has came out that she completely just ripped out somebody else's intellectual property and completely plagiarized the whole book. Okay, I'm not gonna say the whole book because some things, you know, like her introduction, I guess she wrote that, you know what I'm saying? But as far as all these work pages and stuff, y'all, she plagiarized the book. She literally took verbatim, word for word, didn't even change like the fonts, just completely smashed it off of Pinterest and slapped it in her book. This first came to everyone's attention because a blogger by the name of Elle, she, you know, kind of posted up something that was like, hey, BSimone is literally taking my exact 50 questions to change your life or to ask yourself and slapped it in her book. She didn't even change the order of the questions, the font, nothing, girl. This is not entrepreneurship, this is gross. So that kind of raised eyebrows for a lot of people, like, ooh, like, that is pretty similar. But you know, that was just like one person coming out. Then, you know, the Happiness Planner came out, which that is a huge, huge company, you know. And so the Happiness Planner came out, and once again, one of their little work pages or whatever, she just got them slapped right into her book. Did not change the font or anything. And I'm just like, who, child, you can even at least paraphrase? If you've been in anybody's English class, you know that plagiarism is not cool. Even if you paraphrase somebody else's work, like wholly, that's still considered plagiarism. But she would have got away with it on this one because all that manifestation stuff, it's pretty similar. I mean, you pretty much gonna ask yourself the same questions. I'm very, very into that world of like self-help. And so like I read thousands of books about it, and a lot of them are very, very similar. So girl, a few word changes, a few switching up here or there, you could have really made that work and just completely, you know, ran under the radar. But you couldn't even do that. Like, to me, that shows laziness. Like, I would never slap my name on a product that I didn't at least have enough respect for to do some paraphrasing, okay? Instead of asking, what is your dream life? You could have said something like, when you lay down at night and think about your ideal life, what type of things come to mind? It's that simple. It's literally that simple. All you have to do is switch up a few words, girl. Oh, you know what? You could have did something even easier than that. I'm not saying I would have did this, but something even easier than that you probably wouldn't have been clocked on. Switch up the order of the questions, girl. Why is 1 through 50? You got 50 numbers to work with. Why is all 1 through 50 in the same order? Why is number 1 not number 18? And number 18 not number 3? Like, girl, it's just like the easy fixes that you would have like went under the radar for. You couldn't even do that. You really should have just been, you know, doing your own thing. Or girl, if you manifested your own lifestyle or whatever, but you know for a fact that you did not come up with the techniques to manifest or whatever, why not start reaching out to these companies and try to do collaborations with them? Why not have a B.Simone happy planner? Duh, girl, like, put me on your marketing team. We know just from this book alone, she made 1.04 million. Now, how much of that she's gonna have to get back, we don't know, because not only is Elle planning to sue, but now the happy planner, or the happiness planner is also planning to sue. So like, girl, you gonna let them take your coin because you couldn't just come up with something on your own or change a few words or reach out to them and do it the right way. Now, what I think you should do is just go ahead and pay them their money and learn from this experience, okay? Anyway, her manager, Miss Skittles, did actually come out and she made a tweet. Spoiler alert, her tweet didn't make no sense. None. Miss Skittles says, definitely a mistake. You have to imagine she hired a design company. Please check your DMs. We're in a lawsuit with the firm. We're trying to work this out. She hired a design company. Now, I'm not an author, so don't clock me for this if I'm wrong, but it seems to me, as somebody with common sense, it seems to me that a design company job, hold on y'all. It seems to me that a design company's job is to design the pages. It's not their job to write the content. So the design company is taking your content and designing it, and that's it. So you saying that plagiarism is a design issue, girl, make it make sense. That don't make no sense. You could have tried harder than that. Go back to the drawing board and come back better, okay? Sit in the corner and think about what you said, girl, and come back with something better, because that is not it. The design team, also, if that was the case, the design team didn't even change the font. Didn't even change the font. Now, we already know that this design team was kind of low budget based on what the book looked like. But girl, you didn't even change the font. This is not a design issue. Matter of fact, if I was that design company, I'm on your for slander and libel, because like, this is not a design issue at all. This is the content of the book. Plagiarism and design are two separate entities, girl. Like, you tried it. While all this is going on Twitter, here come Meek Mill to the rescue, y'all. Meek Mill threw on his cape and came to the rescue, and there's a series of tweets that he tweeted about this whole situation. I'm not gonna read them all, and I believe they're still up on his Twitter, so go check that out. But I will read the one that got him the most attention. He said, B.Simone canceled because she finessed the book and made her way from the bottom. LOL. What major companies y'all cancel for ripping off our culture? Finding ways to display hate towards our own when they start doing good is showing amongst us a lot. So he got a bunch of flack for that. And to be honest, y'all was just mad because it was Meek Mill. What he said, let me back up before I get my own self canceled. Let me back up. What I mean is plagiarism is not okay. So you talking about she finessed the book? It wasn't finessing a book. What it was stealing somebody else's intellectual property and making a profit off of it. A huge profit. She made $1 million off of somebody else's intellectual property. And even though the happiness planner may have $1 million, that Elle blogger for sure don't. And the other 6 or 7 small, you know, brand owners, they don't have $1 million. So that's never okay. However, we are canceling our own quite a bit. You know, now we do need to clean it up. Don't get me wrong. Clean them up, round them up, get them out of here if they're trash, okay? But we are kind of ODing on it. I will say that. Also, have y'all noticed that women get canceled way easier, quicker, and much more permanently than men do? I could start calling out y'all's faves, but I'm gonna make that a whole nother video. But look at like Chrisette Michelle, B.Simone. Y'all are all on canceling women like that. And especially black women, you know what I'm saying? So it is a little weird that we cancel women much quicker and much more permanently than we cancel men. You know, he's talking about what major companies have y'all canceled. That's true. Y'all tried to cancel Gucci for doing the whole blackface. Remember that they had the little sweater that went up over your mouth and made you look like a whole monkey? Y'all remember? Y'all tried to cancel H&M for the whole coolest monkey in the zoo or whatever, but those are still million and billion dollar companies. You know what I'm saying? So Meek Mill was not lying when he said that. It is just kind of like she stole somebody's work, Meek Mill. Like, don't try to defend that. Defend something else. I do think that we need to start defending women publicly, but defend something else. Also, Meek, weren't you the same woman? Same woman. That's because you're always in woman's business. But wasn't you the same person that was trying to end Drake's career over the same thing, plagiarism? Supposedly ghostwriting or not writing his own material, and you talking about I would have snatched his verse right off of my album had I known that he didn't write this verse. So you had all that energy for Drake, and now, oh, she just stole a couple of people's work. So she finessed, and y'all mad? Meek, sit down. You cannot be stealing somebody's own intellectual property and saying it's yours. That's never cool on any front, in any color, in any nothing. That's not cool. Just be you, boo, and call it a day. Like, baby girl, you literally got famous off of being you. So we hope. But y'all tell me below in the comments how y'all feel about this whole situation. It's a mess. Tell me what you think. Like this video if you in fact liked it. Okay, don't forget to follow me on all my social medias. Okay, let's hang out, let's be friends in real life. I hope you have an amazing day, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye. Mwah. I'm thirsty.